So, Nick, why does Radio Verulam need additional funding right now?
Most of our money, those ad breaks that we all play out roughly every 20 minutes, they provide a lot of our income. And of course, our advertisers, like everybody else in the current circumstances, are really suffering. They have to make difficult decisions as well, and we understand that.
But surely you get funded by the government or out of the licence fee?
I'm afraid we don't. I mean, the simple truth of the matter is there's no funding from government except for a very, very small grant fund. We're not part of the BBC licence fee. We don't get any central funding at all.
What about the costs of running the radio station?
We're all volunteers, every single person. We're really glad to have all those local people on air, and it doesn't cost us anything.
Okay, so what do you need the money for if it's not to pay presenters?
You can imagine that radio is quite a technically complex thing. So there's an awful lot of equipment involved. That's quite expensive. There's equipment that we use, many computers. Of course, all of that gets worn out over time and needs to be replaced. Otherwise, we simply go off air. There's also things that we have to do, like pay rent. Our broadband and electricity bills, as you might imagine, are actually quite high. And we need to cover things like insurance and all of the things that a small company would typically have to do.
So how much do you need to actually run the radio station then?
Properly funded, we probably need about £5,000 a month, £60,000 a year. We can manage for a while on less, and that's exactly what we're going to have to do now.
So how are you trying to fill that gap?
Well, we're hoping to run a couple of events, which will be offline, paid for virtual events. The wonders of Zoom and other technologies will be put into place. And we're appealing for help.
So what would happen to Radio Verulam if people don't listen to your request and donate the price of a couple of coffees? What's the outcome for Radio Verulam?
The truth is, if our money runs out, we stop being on the radio. St Albans loses its local radio station.
That's a sobering thought. And Nick, finally, what would St Albans be like without Radio Verulam as part of its infrastructure?
Oh, I still think it'd be a great place. It'd be a great place to live. It'd be a fantastic local community, but it would be missing something, and it would be missing something quite important.
Nick, thank you for answering all of those questions. If people are listening to this and really want to help, what's the easiest way for them to donate money to Radio Verulam?
You can do it by going to our GoFundMe page. You can read a bit more about what we're doing there as well. It's gofundme.com/Radio Verulam. That's gofundme.com/Radio Verulam.
Thank you very much, Nick.